Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Willie Hughey, and today I will be talking to you about electrical safety in the home. Electricity makes our modern world happen. Without electricity, you wouldn't have the internet or computers, you wouldn't be able to drive at night, you wouldn't have 24-hour stores that are open for our convenience. Electricity makes it safe for us to live and to work in relation to how it was about 100 years ago, when we would do lighting and heating with fuel oil and open candles and a lot of open flame. Electricity powers the lights, the heats, the motors, and the controls that have made working conditions and living conditions relatively safe. Ironically though, this same power is also a very effective and deadly hazard that we live right next to. There is no way to be immune from the natural effects of electricity, but what we do is we have lots of engineering controls and a lot of best work practices that we use to keep ourselves safe. When looking at electrical safety, there's basically three components. There's the shock, there's thermal, heat, and there is arc flash. The reason why we have to look at all three of these is because electrical safety isn't always about just being shocked. In fact, it's a lot more than that. When you're being shocked, you're being physically interacting with the electricity. It's entering your body and giving you a physical effect, such as a very small voltages and currents, just a tingle, like a 9-volt battery on your tongue. Then the next level up is where you have muscle contraction. The muscles actually grasp around whatever it is you're shocking, because the muscles are reacting to the electrical current. And then the next level up is actual heart failure. That's where the electricity is pacing the heart, and so that way it gets confused and just stops beating. And in fact, the minimum voltage that occurs that is about 50 volts, according to E.K. Greenwald, who wrote Electrical Hazards and Accidents, Their Cause and Prevention. Seeing as how the home is wired with 120 volts, this is obviously a safety concern. What we do though is we build our electrical wires behind the walls where we can't touch them. We have receptacles where you can't easily reach the wires inside. And we should be handling our cords and our appliances very carefully and making sure that we don't have frayed ends to help the controls that are in place to keep us from being shocked. After shock, you have the thermal heat that's generated. This is another natural occurrence that we have with electricity. As you take power from your service, it causes current drawn the wires. And as this current goes up, it makes that wire hotter and hotter. What you do is you estimate how much load is going to be on the circuit and you build it to that specification. But if you overload your circuits and you put too many appliances in one plug, or let's say you build an addition onto your house, then you're putting more on there than what was estimated in the first place. When this happens, the wire gets too hot and the insulation burns off, and then you can cause a fire. And in fact, there's 28,000 fires caused in the home every year by electrical fires, resulting in about 360 deaths annually, according to the U.S. Fire Administration and the National Electric Code. Things we can do is to monitor your current draw. You can find current monitoring devices at home improvement stores to let you know how much current you're drawing through a circuit. Therefore, if you're over the value, you know you need to break it apart or plug less things into that circuit. Or you could even go as far as getting an infrared image done on your panel. That's where you turn everything on in your home, and then you take a special camera to look at it through an infrared image and see what parts are heated up more than others. The third category is arc flash. Arc flash is what happens when you don't have enough current to cause a spark that's big enough to open a breaker immediately. Most conventional breakers take a very large amperage, whereas arc flash happens at a low amperage. It's something such as a frayed cord, or a cord that's been jammed inside of a drawer, maybe exposed some of the wires, or a fan in your bedroom which has been sitting on it for a long time, makes a kink and eventually wears through. This causes a lot of little sparks that can easily ignite materials around it, such as the acrylic flooring and the carpet that you have, or clothes that are piled up next to electrical cords. And the way we can counteract that is with arc fault circuit interrupters. They monitor these little spark causing incidences, and if it detects one, it will turn the breaker off before the materials around it can be ignited. What you have to be careful with though is the fact that since these are more expensive, a lot of people have now gone to going to the internet to find cheaper models. These are usually counterfeit products, and counterfeit products do not prevent arc flash incidences, as proved by the journal NewsRx, which was titled Electrical Safety Foundation International, Counterfeit Products Causing Fires and Deaths. So, in summary, you need to make sure that you're keeping three things in mind when dealing with electricity in your home. You need to prevent shocks, you need to prevent overloading and overheating the wires, and you should probably take measures to prevent arc flash incidences inside your home. Although electric power is used extensively throughout our home and workplaces, it is very important that we keep in mind that it's a real danger, even though there are lots of government agencies and energy controls in place to keep us safe from it. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy.